Staring at the divorce agreement drafted by the lawyer at Michael's request on the table, I widened my eyes. Is he really that eager to get a divorce? It seems he doesn't like me that much. He must think I'm childish, unreasonable, and immature, only causing him trouble. Tears streamed down my face. I asked the maid at home, Auntie Hazel, where has Michael gone? Mr. Michael has gone on a business trip. He said he won't be back for half a month. He said the house will be left for the young master to live in and he'll move out. So he's really in a hurry to avoid me. Fine, let's get divorced. I thought stubbornly. Anyway, I don't want him to boss me around. After the divorce, I'll be as free as I want. I can play however I like. Even if I stay up all night, he can't control me. I signed the divorce agreement. Let whoever wants to live in this house live in it. Anyway, I won't. I casually packed some luggage in the master bedroom and called my childhood friend Daniel to go out and play racing cars. After driving a few laps, I felt much better. Dude, it's so exhilarating. After getting out of the car, I tilted my head back and took a sip of water. Daniel patted me on the shoulder. Your are still so amazing. By the way, doesn't your partner care about you anymore? We're divorced. I calmly dropped a bombshell. Divorced? Why? I just don't want him to control me. You're awesome. Let's go for a drink. In the bar, the sound of the stereo was deafening. As I drank glass after glass, I always subconsciously glanced at the watch on my hand. It was 9 o'clock at night. There was still an hour left until the curfew time. Wait, something was wrong. I was already divorced. No one was in charge of me anymore. This feeling was so fresh. My phone had been quiet all night. There were no messages telling me to drink less and no calls urging me to go home. It was so refreshing. I drank a whole glass in one gulp and hummed a song cheerfully. Hey, your husband is having dinner with Henry, another childhood friend, Luca said, looking at his phone. Daniel added, watch your words. He's your ex-husband now. I paused and leaned over to take a look. Henry posted a picture on his WeChat moments in which there was a profile of Michael. The caption read, long time no see. Henry was also from our circle, but he had always looked down on us playboys since childhood. We also looked down on him. He was not only an illegitimate child but also pretended to be high-minded. After graduating from high school, he went abroad and was said to have studied art. It was rumored in the circle that Michael had a crush on him before marrying me. But due to the opposition of the elders in the family who thought the Nguyen family was not worthy of the Guan family, he married me, who was well matched in social status. Looking at the photo, I was immediately filled with rage. He couldn't wait to find his true love right after the divorce. What, have I been standing in the way of this fated couple for the past 2 years? That scumbag, Michael. He even said he liked me. It was all a lie. My heart aches and my chest feels tight. While drinking my sorrows away, I looked at the profile photo of Michael in my WeChat moments. Another 20 minutes passed and I subconsciously glanced at my watch again. It's 9:30. Habit is really a terrible thing. Especially since this watch on my hand was a gift from Michael. Out of sight, out of mind. I took it off and gave it to the waiter who came to serve the drinks. The waiter looked at the precious watch in disbelief and dared not accept it. Daniel shouted at the top of his voice, just take it when it's offered to you. Our Oliver is in a good mood today. Come on, let's toast to Oliver regaining singlehood and freedom. Congratulations to Oliver. Amid the friends' enthusiastic cheers, I drank glass after glass. Before I got completely drunk, I edited a WeChat moment. It's so nice to be alone. It's so nice to feel unrestrained. The feeling of a hangover is terrible. I remember when we first got married, Michael didn't really keep tabs on me. Every time I came home drunk, he would cook me a hangover soup. At that time, we didn't know each other well and disliked each other. In his eyes, I was a good-for-nothing playboy. In my heart, he was just a dull and boring old man. We got married under the pressure from our families. Feelings developed during our daily coexistence. At the beginning, we slept in separate rooms. One midnight, it suddenly started to pour outside and thunder came as expected. I was kidnapped when I was a child and was forced to stay in a container for 3 days and 3 nights. During those 3 days, there was a violent storm outside with lightning and thunder. Since then, I've been very afraid of the dark and thunder. Helplessly, I hugged my pillow and knocked on Michael's door. He was woken up by me but showed no annoyance at all and let me sleep with him. When another thunder roared outside and I trembled all over in fear. Michael held my hand tightly and said softly, "Don't be afraid. I'm here." My nervous heart miraculously calmed down. I moved a little closer to him and pressed my body tightly against his. When I woke up the next day, I was lying in Michael's arms with my arms tightly around his waist. The morning reaction when our bodies touched made me blush and my heart race. I looked at Michael's handsome sleeping profile and my heart suddenly started to beat faster. I thought to myself, it turns out you're not that annoying after all. Before going to bed the next night, Michael poured me a glass of hot milk. The weather forecast says there will be another heavy rain tonight. Oh, then what should I do? I was a bit panicked. Sometimes I'm quite annoyed by this weakness of mine. Usually I'm not afraid of anything, but I'm actually scared of thunder. But I can't overcome it. Just like yesterday, I'll sleep with you. I happily agreed. This heavy rain lasted for a week. I slept with Michael for a week. Strangely enough, when I went back to my own room to sleep, I just couldn't fall asleep. I didn't believe in it. Once again, I took my pillow and knocked on Michael's door. Unexpectedly, as soon as I lay beside Michael, I fell into a deep sleep within a few minutes. I was very annoyed. Who would have thought that when we were having breakfast the next day? Michael said, "Let's sleep together from now on." Ha! I paused in the act of drinking milk. Michael very naturally reached out and took a tissue to wipe the milk stain off the corner of my mouth. Anyway, we're husband and wife. Isn't it only natural for us to sleep together? It made sense. Being coy isn't my style. Anyway, he has someone he likes, yet he's still willing to sleep with me. I don't have a crush on anyone. So, if sleeping together can ensure a good sleep, why not? It's not me who's at a loss. Why not do it then? The relationship between me and Michael has undergone a subtle change. When I cause trouble outside, he'll help me solve it. When I'm bullied, he'll stand up for me. When I catch a cold, he'll stay by my side all the time. I'm becoming more and more dependent on him. When he's being made things difficult by the company directors, I'll teach those old men a lesson for him. When he has trouble sleeping, I'll chat with him. Once I got drunk and he came to pick me up at the entrance of the club. That was the first time he showed his displeasure. He thought I'd played too late. Instead of getting angry, I was quite happy. Him caring about me means he's starting to care about me. When we got home, I clung to him and then, emboldened by the alcohol, kissed him. That was my first kiss. I kissed him clumsily and recklessly. Later, he took the initiative. He picked me up and walked towards the bedroom while kissing me. That night, we were entangled with each other, feeling ecstatic. He was restrained and gentle, kissing me again and again. After that night, we started to be like a real couple. When he was on a business trip for a week, I missed him like crazy. In the middle of the night, I drove alone to the city where he was. When he saw me, he first scolded me for being reckless. I pretended to be pitiful and said that my hands were sore after driving for 3 hours. He massaged my hands and then held me in his arms and kissed me tenderly. Most of the time, he calls me Oliver and sometimes he calls me baby. That's just the way I am. When we first confessed our feelings for each other, I was more restrained and willing to be under his control. As time passed, I felt like I had no freedom. I'm already 22 years old. Why should I be supervised in everything I do? Does he treat me like a child? I felt so embarrassed in front of my friends. I started to throw tantrums. I knew he doted on me and wouldn't be angry with me. I began to act recklessly. There was also a very important reason. I accidentally saw the painting and love letter that Henry gave him in his study. His friends didn't really like me either. They all thought that Michael wouldn't like someone like me. He treats him like a child. Spoiling him is just for show. After all, their family's company needs the Duan family's help. I often heard things like this. I didn't dare to ask Michael for confirmation. After all, when I thought about it carefully, there really wasn't anything about me that he would like. I became more and more unreasonable, trying to attract more of his attention. I didn't want to divorce him, but he seemed eager to do so. The day after I mentioned divorce, he had already signed the divorce agreement. After the divorce, I lived a free life. At first, I really enjoyed the taste of freedom. But after a few days, I always felt that something was off. When I went to the bar, I would still subconsciously take out my phone to check the time. When I went skiing, I wouldn't do dangerous sports. After a hangover, there was no one to show concern. The days when no one was in charge didn't seem that great either. I became listless. At first, I thought it was just a matter of habit. I had lived with Michael for 2 years, and it was always hard to get used to the sudden separation. But I suffered from insomnia. As soon as I closed my eyes, I could see Michael's face. What is he doing now? Is he still on a business trip? Is he with Henry? Countless questions haunted me. I forced myself not to think about him, but his image would uncontrollably pop up in my mind. All sorts of strange feelings indicated that I wanted to see Michael. Coincidentally, Grandpa's 80th birthday will be held this Friday. The family doesn't know about our divorce yet. I have enough reasons to see Michael. I nervously called him. His voice was neither warm nor cold. Hello. Grandpa turns 80 this Friday. I'll go. We were silent on the phone for half a minute, and neither of us hung up. Just as I was about to say something, Michael spoke. Grandpa isn't in good health. Don't let him know about our divorce for now. Then we'll act like we used to at that time. Okay. Goodbye. Before I could say a word, Michael hung up the phone. I stared blankly at the phone screen for a long time. I thought to myself, does he dislike talking to me so much? On the day of Grandpa's 80th birthday, I saw Michael. It was only when I really saw him that I realized how much I missed him. In front of our relatives, we still had to act like a loving couple. He held my hand and greeted the guests at the door with Grandpa. Grandpa looked at our joined hands and said with a beaming smile, Michael, thanks to you for keeping an eye on Oliver. He's become much more steady now. I thought to myself that this was bad. Why did Grandpa have to bring up such an awkward topic? I casually glanced at Michael's expression and found that he seemed normal. Grandpa Oliver has always been well behaved. Just as we were chatting, an unexpected guest suddenly appeared at the door, Henry. Grandpa Andrew, may your happiness be as boundless as the eastern sea and your life as long as the southern mountains. Has he returned to the country? I instinctively looked at Michael and found that he was also looking at Henry. Grandpa was chatting with Henry. Yes, I'm back in the country. I've opened an art studio in the country. Grandpa Andrew, you're joking? Thanks to Michael's care, otherwise things wouldn't have gone so smoothly. Henry glanced at me intentionally or unintentionally. An inexplicable anger welled up inside me. Michael and I haven't even gone to the Civil Affairs Bureau yet, and they can't wait to rekindle their old romance? I suddenly let go of Michael's hand that I was holding. Michael looked at me in surprise. I gave him a casual glance without saying a word. Seeing Daniel coming at the door, I quickly walked towards him. I didn't want to listen to their fake politeness at all. When the banquet started, I sat next to Grandpa, and Michael sat on my left. Henry sat on his left. The two of them always whispered to each other, talking about art exhibitions and concerts. I remembered the topics I talked with Michael were all meaningless. I liked to talk with him about games, cars, and cruise ships, but he talked with Henry about stocks and art, topics that I couldn't get involved in. I felt a bit frustrated and absent-mindedly picked up the dishes. The dish I just put in my bowl was picked up by someone. Michael frowned and looked at me. You're allergic to Chinese yams. I looked down and only then realized that I had just picked up a piece of Chinese yam. If you weren't chatting so happily with Henry, would I have picked up the wrong dish? I said petulantly. I know. Don't bother me. Michael's hand froze in mid-air. After a few seconds, he said in a low voice, Okay. Don't let me bother you. Halfway through the banquet, I went out to the back garden to smoke. Just when I was halfway through smoking, Henry suddenly appeared. I heard you and Michael are preparing for a divorce? It's none of your business. I didn't even look at him. Henry gave me a disgusted look. With your personality, no wonder he can't stand you. I knew from the day you got married that your relationship wouldn't last. If it weren't for the family pressure, he would have been with me long ago. But it's not too late now. Overwhelming anger engulfed me. I put out the cigarette and looked at him maliciously. Unfortunately, with your disgraceful background, you'll never be able to marry him in your lifetime. Henry smiled indifferently. What does it matter whether we get married or not? All I want is him. Really? Then I wish you a long and happy marriage. I bypassed him and wanted to leave. Then I turned around and saw Michael. His face was very pale and his deep-set eyes stared fixedly at me. Oliver, were you telling the truth just now? I stiffened my neck and said, yes, I was sincere. Isn't this what you wanted? 3 days later, I received a call from Michael. He said that the procedures were all done. If I had no objections to the divorce agreement, we could go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to finalize the divorce tomorrow. It was only at this moment that I truly realized that Michael didn't want me anymore. My body reacted before my mind did. I lied. I'm on vacation in the Maldives. I'm not available tomorrow. Okay, let me know when you are free. After hanging up the phone, I leaned back in my chair and stared blankly. Actually, I've been staying at home and haven't gone out since Grandpa's birthday. These days, I've thought a lot about Michael. He is 5 years older than me. We didn't play together when we were kids. I only knew of his existence. Grandpa asked me to call him Brother Huai, but I refused. I've called him Michael since I was a child. It was only these days that I realized that the main reason I don't like Henry is that I'm jealous of him. Michael has ignored me since childhood but always had a lot to say to Henry. When I learned that he was my marriage partner, I felt a secret joy inside. I just didn't want to admit it. Clearly, I was just saying angry words. Why couldn't he tell? I'm not annoyed by him. I'm annoyed by others interfering in my affairs, but I enjoy it when he does. I just don't want him to treat me like a child. After not going out for a few days, Daniel came to my place. He opened the curtains and the outdoor light shone in. I squinted my eyes. I was afraid you'd die at home alone. Don't worry. I won't die. You're divorced. Why are you still so gloomy? I don't know. Michael asked me to go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to finalize the divorce, but I don't want to go. I lied to him that I was on vacation abroad. Daniel stared at me with wide eyes. Oliver, you don't want to go to the Civil Affairs Bureau? You don't want a divorce? Do you have feelings for Michael? I was startled by his 3 consecutive questions. Do I have feelings for Michael? I don't know. I've been mischievous since childhood. I like playing games and do game live streaming on my own. My grandfather, parents all say I'm not doing a proper job and it gives them a headache. But I've never been in a puppy love. My childhood friends are very open-minded. They've had one partner after another. I've even been teased by them. My marriage to Michael was an arrangement by the family. But I didn't resist it in my heart, so I got married. I shook my head and said, I don't know. Daniel took me to the club and called a bunch of handsome boys over. Choose one. I glanced at the line of people in front of me without interest. They're not as handsome as Michael. They're not as tall as Michael. Their skin isn't as fair as Michael's. They can't compare to Michael in any way. Let them go. Daniel held his forehead and frowned. Oliver, how did you feel when you saw Henry's WeChat moments that night? I was very angry and jealous. I said truthfully, do you want Michael to be with Henry? I said quickly no. Daniel was disappointed with me. You're so stupid. You like Michael. Can't you think about something else besides games and having fun in that head of yours? At that moment, I had an epiphany. How could I not understand such a simple truth that I like Michael? But he doesn't like me. I said you're stupid and you really are. You two haven't gone to the Civil Affairs Bureau to get the divorce yet. He's still your husband now. You have the right to stop him from being with others. Whether he likes you or not, the most urgent thing is to maintain the marital relationship first. After leaving the club, I rushed straight to that bar and found the waiter, John, who had given me the watch before. I apologized to him and explained my purpose. He handed the watch to me. I've been keeping it for you all the time, always thinking that you'd come to get it one day. Thank you. The next day, I bought that bar and asked John to manage it on my behalf. After realizing my feelings for Michael, I felt much clearer. At least I know what I want. But at the same time, I'm also very painful. Does Michael like me? Whether it's for show or due to the pressure from elders, he should like me a little, right? I used to be willful and immature and didn't know how to express love. I wonder if it's too late now. When I received Michael's call again, the phone in my hand was like a hot potato. Hello? His tone was tough. Are you free tomorrow? Let's go to the Civil Affairs Bureau. I'm not free. There was a few seconds of silence on Michael's side. You have time to keep a gigolo and give him a bar, but no time to divorce me? Didn't you find me annoying and didn't want me to interfere? I thought you couldn't wait to get divorced. This was the first time I heard Michael speak to me in such a sarcastic tone. No, I didn't. I quickly denied it. Michael, I didn't keep him. Who's spreading such rumors? Michael asked again. Then when will you be free? Next week. My hand has been hurting lately. Michael's tone softened a bit. Is your old problem acting up again? I developed this old problem of hand pain from live streaming games. Every time it hurt, Michael would always rub it for me. Thinking of this, my heart ached. Michael, Michael, isn't it ready yet? The dishes are all on the table. My voice overlapped with Henry's voice on the receiver. The words, I miss you, got stuck in my throat. Michael walked a little further away and the environment became quiet. What did you just say? Nothing. I'm hanging up. Actually, I really want to ask clearly. But I don't have the courage. I'm afraid of hearing the answer I don't want to hear. Taking advantage of Michael's working hours, I quietly went back to our wedding room. In the master bedroom, there were almost no changes except that there were fewer clothes in the wardrobe. I took one of Michael's home clothes and put it in the suitcase. I've been having serious insomnia and a terrible headache during this time. I think if I hug one of Michael's close-fitting clothes to sleep, it might get better. When I walked out of the villa gate, I ran into Michael and Henry head on. I cursed my bad luck secretly and hid the bag with Michael's clothes behind me. Come back to get something? Michael asked me actively. I didn't leave immediately. I followed Michael and Henry back into the house. I'm going to see what Michael brought Henry home for. As soon as we entered the house, Michael went into the study on the second floor. Henry and I were in the living room on the first floor. Aren't you leaving after packing your things? Henry asked. I rolled my eyes. It's none of your business. This is our home. I'm actually curious. What are you doing here? You and Michael are already divorced. Is this still your home? Henry retorted. Whether we're divorced or not, this isn't your home either. Besides, we haven't gone through the divorce procedures yet. He's still my husband now. You follow him around every day. Don't you have any shame? Henry's face flushed red. Your divorce is just a matter of time. I won't. I'll just drag it out and not get divorced. Henry pointed at me and said, you. Then I heard Michael coming downstairs. He handed the painting that was placed in the study to Henry. Oliver, Henry just came today to pick up the painting he entrusted me to keep. So the painting wasn't a gift from Henry. He just asked Michael to keep it for him. Henry has a house in this city. Why did he specifically ask Michael to keep a painting for him? I suspect he did it on purpose to disgust me. The hateful thing is that I really was disgusted by him. Michael asked Henry to leave first. Henry, you go first. I have something to talk to Oliver about. Henry looked like he wanted to say something but stopped. He left, looking back at every step. You're dragging your feet on getting divorced from me just to anger Henry? Michael asked. Divorce isn't a joke. Don't act like a child. I shouted, yes, I just want to drag it out. We're not divorced yet, but you're always sticking to him. Are you that eager to rekindle your old relationship with him? Do you think I've been in your way for the past 2 years? The more I talked, the more aggrieved I felt, and my voice even took on a sob. A look of confusion appeared on Michael's face. What are you talking about? What rekindling of an old relationship? Don't pretend. Everyone knows you used to like Henry. Who said I liked him? You've always thought I liked him? Michael's tone was a bit urgent. Then what about all the kindness I've shown you in the past 2 years? What about me hugging you, kissing you, and sleeping with you? Facing his questioning, I got really angry and shouted, how would I know what it means? He suddenly laughed, his eyes full of disappointment. Oliver, you really have no heart. After the unpleasant parting, I drove back to my own apartment. Along the way, the more I thought about it, the angrier I got. How could he scold me for having no heart? Doesn't he like Henry? Then why has he always kept the love letter Henry sent him? My heart ached and I immediately turned around, wanting to go back and find out the truth. While crossing the green light intersection, a man on an electric bike was speeding and rushed straight towards my car. In order to avoid him and not hit the vehicles beside me, I made a sharp turn and crashed into a pillar. When I woke up again, I smelled the familiar odor of medical disinfectant. After being found in the container as a child, I stayed in the hospital for a long time. Since then, I've been familiar with the smell of the hospital. My head ached badly. My hand was held tightly by someone with both hands, and it felt very warm. I heard Michael's anxious voice. Oliver, you're awake. How are you feeling? There were many people in the ward. My grandfather, my parents, and Michael's parents were all there. They all bombarded me with their concerns. I patiently replied to each of them one by one. Finally, I turned my gaze towards Michael. He had heavy dark circles under his eyes and looked haggard. I smiled at him and said, I'm okay. He hugged me tightly, resting his chin on my shoulder as if he wanted to merge me into his body. Oliver, Michael has been by your side these 2 days without leaving for a moment and hardly slept. Yes, the doctor said you're fine, but he still refused to go to sleep. Let's go out first and give them some time to talk. My grandfather drove the parents of both families out of the ward. After the ward became quiet, Michael spoke first. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have argued with you. It has nothing to do with you. After you left, I calmed down. I wanted to call you to clarify that Henry and I have always been just ordinary friends. The day he posted a WeChat moment about having dinner with me, his mother was also there. I happened to be in Paris. She invited me to have dinner with them, but I couldn't get through to you. When I saw you unconscious, I wished it was me who had the accident. I quickly covered his mouth. You're not allowed to say that. I just swerved to avoid an electric bike. I gently squeezed his fingers in a soothing gesture. There was still a heart-to-heart talk missing between me and Michael. After coming back from the brink of death, I realized that it wasn't that hard to express love. At worst, I'll be rejected. Anyway, we're not divorced yet. I'll never sign the papers. Michael can't do anything to me. Daniel said I should act like a scoundrel. I was still thinking about how to start the conversation. Michael spoke first. Oliver, did you take one of my clothes from the villa that day? Michael's voice was soft, with a hint of caution. I nodded. I couldn't sleep. I thought smelling the scent of you on the clothes might help. Michael, let's not get divorced, okay? I spoke out of turn that day. I didn't think you were annoying. Really, I didn't. Michael asked softly, why don't you want a divorce? Is it because you're used to living with me? I'm boring and always nagging at you. Didn't you post on your moments that it felt good not to be nagged at? I retorted, I said that out of anger. I was really angry when I saw Henry's post about you having dinner together that day. Also, I don't want a divorce just because I'm used to it. Michael lifted my chin, looked me straight in the eye, and asked gently, if it's not because of habit, then because of what? Because I like you. Michael took a deep breath and looked at me with a flickering look in his eyes. I know you think I'm childish. Don't worry. I'll restrain myself. I'll definitely end the live broadcast before 10 o'clock from now on. I'll also come home early when I go out for a drink. I'll tell my family that I'll go to work at the company. Michael, don't rush to reject me, okay? If someone had told me before that I would confess my love to someone in such a humble tone, I would never have believed it even if I were beaten to death. But now I've not only said it but also feel completely at ease. Michael's eyes were very red and his look at me was extremely intense. Baby, are you stupid? I was full of question marks. Did he reject me or accept me? However, Michael hasn't called me baby for a long time. I'm really useless. My nose started to ache and my eyes welled up with tears. I won't hold hands, hug, kiss, or sleep with someone I don't like. I stood there stiffly looking at Michael in disbelief. Is Michael saying that he likes me? Does he really like me? My mind was in a complete mess. I heard Michael say seriously, I like you as you are now, the real you. You don't have to change anything for me. I told you to do less live broadcasting just because I'm worried about your hand injury. I know you don't like managing the company. Just do what you like. And most importantly, if I don't like someone, no one can force me to marry them. Baby, do you understand? I agreed to the divorce because I could bear the fact that you didn't like me for the time being, but I couldn't stand you being bored with me. Tears welled up in my eyes and I reached up to wipe my face. It turns out that Michael has always liked me. He married me because he liked me. He really hit it well. You mean you married me because you liked me? Michael lowered his head and kissed the tears on my face. Oh, silly baby. I like you. And I was afraid of scaring you, so I could only wait for you to slowly fall in love with me. During this period, Michael also moved his office to the ward. I lazily leaned against the head of the bed, admiring Michael wearing glasses and working seriously by the window. After staring for a while, Michael looked up at me helplessly. Oliver, if you keep staring at me, I can't focus on my work. I touched my nose guiltily and said, my looking at you doesn't stop you from working. When you look at me, I can't concentrate on my work. I shrank down under the quilt and mumbled, then I won't look. Under the quilt, I heard footsteps approaching. Michael rubbed my head through the quilt, then pulled the quilt down and said amusingly, don't suffocate yourself. I've already asked for leave for you in the live streaming room. Thank you. I poked my head out and blinked at him. He suddenly leaned over and kissed my forehead, then went to work by the window as if nothing had happened, leaving me all flustered. Some of my childhood friends came to the hospital to see me. Michael went out for a while. His phone on the cabinet rang. It was Henry calling. When he came back, I reminded him that someone had called him. He picked up the phone, glanced at it, then put it down again. Looking at me seriously, he said, Oliver, can you tell me why you misunderstood that I liked Henry? I accidentally saw the love letter he wrote and that painting in the study. I always thought they were from him. Now it was Michael's turn to be stunned. What love letter? In the drawer of the study. I've never kept such things in my study. Then did it grow legs and fly there by itself? Michael said seriously again, Oliver, I've never received a love letter from anyone since I was a child. That was strange. Michael was also very confused and immediately called the domestic servant at home, asking Auntie Hazel to find that love letter from the study. Later, he retrieved the surveillance footage and went to see Henry in person. It turned out that when Henry put the painting there, he deliberately placed the love letter in the drawer. I don't know what they talked about. All I know is that Michael deleted all of Henry's contact information. The next day, Henry came to the hospital to apologize to me in person. I didn't give him a good look. I remembered that he had vowed before that if it weren't for me, he and Michael would have been together long ago. I was so stupid to believe him. It seems a waste that he didn't go into the entertainment industry to act. However, thinking carefully, although the existence of the love letter made me misunderstand Michael all the time and be jealous of Henry. But I think if there hadn't been that love letter, I probably wouldn't have thought that Michael would like me. It's not so bad now. After going through all these, we've learned to cherish and know that love needs to be expressed instead of just being silent. Michael and I were crowded on a hospital bed. He hugged me and said, I've always regarded him as an ordinary friend, and he's never shown his feelings to me. After he returned to China, because the company had cooperation with him, we had more interactions. However, I've already asked others to contact him. I won't see him again in the future. After being discharged from the hospital, Michael and I both moved back to the villa where we used to live. Besides the sweetness, there was also a bit of awkwardness. After we expressed our feelings to each other, we suddenly didn't know how to get along. Shouldn't the way we address each other change? Calling him husband? It seems so cheesy. Calling him Brother Huai isn't my style. After some hesitation, I still choose to call him by his given name. On the contrary, calling him Michael makes me feel at ease. Previously, I called him Oliver more often and Baby less often. Now it's completely the other way around. But it's strange that no matter how many times I hear Baby, my heart still feels so sweet. After confirming that I had completely recovered, Michael pinned me down and called me wife. I went completely limp. Wrapping my arms around his neck, I called him husband. As a result, my waist suffered a great deal. But I enjoyed it. On the weekend, I was lying in Michael's arms listening to him recite French poems. I received a call from John at the bar saying that relevant departments were coming for an inspection and asking me to go there. Michael went with me. After cooperating with the staff's inspection, John told me some things about the business situation. After it was over, he first looked at the watch on my hand, then glanced at Michael, who was standing not far away looking at the wine cabinet. Boss, you two are well matched. Thank you. After walking out of the bar door, Michael put his arm around my shoulder. It's obvious that your so-called sugar daddy has run the bar quite well. Judging from his jealous tone, I pinched his waist and told him the whole story. He lifted my arm and looked at the watch on my hand, saying, It's my fault. Well, it's not entirely your fault. Not long after that, he went on a business trip to Europe. When he came back, he brought a pair of couple watches, couple diamond rings, couple sunglasses, couple pajamas. Looking at the things that filled 2 large suitcases, I asked in shock, What did you buy so many things for? Don't we already have diamond rings? Michael showed me all the fancy things he had bought one by one. Change them and wear. Moreover, we've wasted a lot of time. We have to make it all up. I had no choice but to go along with him. At night, lying limply on Michael, I gasped and asked, Do we even have to make up for this? Michael moved and said in a deep voice, Make up for the number of times in the previous year and a half. Help. When did you start liking me? What do you like about me? These are the questions I often ask Michael recently. Probably on the day of your 18th birthday. You were like a little prince, toasting everyone around. Michael was straightforward. I wanted to kiss you. I like your cuteness. I like watching your live streams. I like your tough, talking but kind-hearted nature. And I like your fearless look. I was overjoyed and excited, but still looked up deliberately and asked pretentiously, Don't you think I'm a playboy? Michael pinched my nose and said seriously, Oliver, you have a big misunderstanding about me. Others aren't as good at playing games as you are. You're so popular even abroad. Really? My wife is really amazing. I took Michael to meet my childhood friends. I didn't like to bring him to gatherings before. I thought he didn't like such occasions and looked down on us. And he also thought I didn't want to introduce him to my friends. Unexpectedly, Michael was very considerate and at ease at the gathering, and he managed to make everyone in that group beaming. You really can't make wild guesses about feelings. During the holiday, we went to Africa together to watch the great animal migration. During the journey, while Michael was buying water, a Chinese guy asked for my contact information. When Michael came back after buying water and saw the scene, he frowned and walked over in a few steps to put his arm around my waist. "Wife, I've bought the water." The guy looked disappointed and embarrassed. "Sorry." When we were about to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, a white guy came up to strike up a conversation with me. Michael looked extremely displeased and told the other person in English that he was my partner. "I really want to carve 3 characters on your face." Michael pinched my face helplessly yet affectionately. "What characters?" "Belongs to Michael." When I reached the summit of the snow-capped mountain, I found myself so insignificant. "Michael. Yes, I'm here. I love you."